Hi, this is Endor, and you are listening to Mikey on the Random 30.
Don't you know, pump it up, you got to pump it up, don't you
Talk about his
know.
brand new single, well, his version, in fact, of Pump It Up, which we're going to get to. Endor, hello, dude.
Hey, how's it going, Mike? You good?
I am awesome. What time is it in the UK? About 9 in the morning or something, is it?
Yeah, 9:15 in the morning, which is very early for a DJ, trust me.
I was going to say, what are you doing up so early?
Yeah, well, I got called up for this, so yeah, I set my alarm very early and I made it up. So yeah, happy I didn't miss it.
Oh, we appreciate it, mate. We appreciate it. Now, DJing is quite, it's an art. It's a skill. It's not an overnight thing. Take me back to when you first started. How did you do it?
Well, I first started when I saw some guy on YouTube mixing vinyls, mixing records on turntables, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I saved up all my money and I bought my first pair of decks, which are called Tech 1210s, and we had to drive to another city to go and get them, and they were so heavy. We bought them back on the train as well, and I got them home, and for the next 2 weeks I was learning to mix solidly, and after 2 weeks I got it. So that was the start of my DJ journey, and I was about 14 years old.
Wow. So because you're 25 now, aren't you?
Oh mate, I'm 27.
Are you
Yeah.
7?
Yeah,
My gosh, I need to keep up with the show.
I know. I get older every year, so yeah. Go on, but yeah. So it's been a decade or so of DJing now. So yeah.
And did you start in clubs, or did you start, little friends parties, family parties,
Yeah.
or what?
I think my first proper, well, not proper gig, my first gig where someone actually asked me to come and DJ for them was a friend's birthday party, and getting my dad to drive me with a load of DJ gear in the back to this party and then pick me up like at midnight or 1 a.m. with all the stuff. Yeah, that was like the first sort of time, but it was great fun.
Wow. Now you've been described, researching you've been described as the champion of the underground. How do you take that?
Oh, that's very, very kind indeed. I think that's cool. I think the style of music that I make, house music, has something special about it when it's underground, when it's not been commercialized, and when it's sort of new and raw. So that's very flattering to hear that. And I think some of the best music exists away from the sort of mainstream flow of popular music. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice to hear.
Because you've been doing the killer hits on the dance floor and stuff like that. You've got the knobs, you've got the faders, you've got the records, but it does come down to being creative. Where does creative come from in your DJ?
Well, that's tricky. It comes from loads of places. I'll tell you what, when I get back from a gig the day after, usually a Sunday, because I DJ on a Saturday, I've still got that energy from being on the dance floor, from having everyone, have a good night, that kind of thing. So I think it's a sort of a symbiotic relationship between being in the club and making the music. The two work together. You get good energy from the club, and you want to come home instantly and then make the music, and you sort of capture the essence of what it was like in the night before in the club. So that's how I usually work anyway.
Yeah, wow. And I mean, the songs you've had, I mean, I've got a list here. You've done Give It Up from 1969. You've just gone, the older songs. Why that era of music for you to remix your own style?
Yeah, it's funny. I really do dip into sort of the 90s and noughties in terms of what I like to sample. I really love a record from, say, 20 years ago. I just think music had a sort of feel about it then.
Yeah.
It was so simple, yet the message with the music was really bold. There were some just great dance records from back then as well, and so there's always some great things to sample. But yeah, and also that was the music that I grew up listening to, and I think that's really important. I think everyone loves to go back to the music that they listened to when they were a kid because it's so nostalgic.
And that's exactly what Pump It Up is all about. Now, for me, I mean, I love that style, the 90s and all that kind of thing. Were you scared to release this knowing that it was already a dance song? It was already popular. Were you worried in any way to release it?
Well, I think in a way the fact that it's been a popular record before proves that it's kind of tried and tested, you know. So I think in a way that gives you a little bit of an advantage. But there are obviously plenty of people who prefer the original version. That's okay, that's cool. Because at the time, you know, that was really popular for them. That was what they were into. And then when someone comes and releases it 16 years later, it's you know, it's interesting. Some people are going to love it, some people aren't going to love it, but that's just music. It's always subjective. And if people don't like it, that's totally fine with me, because lots of people love it, so no problem.
It is absolutely killing it on the Random 30. I mean, it's climbing. I think when we first started airing the song on the show, it came in at number 29, and the votes are ridiculous. And I think in tonight's show, it's in number 9. So it's just, in the short time we've started airing it, it's just climbing up. People are digging it. Why pump it up, though? What was it for you that's gone, you know what, I need to remix this song?
Well, that was it. I mean, I used to I used to be in the car on the way to swimming lessons when I was a kid, swimming lessons, right? And I used to hear the original Denzel "Pump It Up" song, and I've loved that song the whole meanwhile. And it was one Sunday night as I'd come back from gigs, and I just found the CD on my shelf, which was like I don't know if you have them in Australia, but it's a Now 64 CD.
Yes.
A compilation of pop tracks. And on there, on like disc 1, the first track was "Pump It Up" by Denzel. And I was like, you know what, if I can find an acapella for that online, then there's got to be some potential just for a fun remix for dance floors, for the clubs, whatever. And turns out there was, and I got to work that Sunday afternoon. So yeah, it was definitely a childhood record. That's just.
I'll just quickly go back to the swimming. What were you going to be, a swimmer? I mean,
no, it's just my mum was determined to teach us that we were able to swim, but I hated swimming lessons. I absolutely loathed them. But funnily enough, the best part of doing swimming lessons was being in the car and turning the music up on the journey there and just grooving out as a kid to whatever was on the radio. But yeah that's so. I hated lessons, hated them.
Well, you don't have to do swimming now. There's no laps to get to your DJ decks, that's for sure. Mate, I mean, the song's peaked at number 18 in Australia already. It has gone gold in the short time it's been here. Did you know that?
I got a text from the label boss of Defected about a week ago, and he told me it had gone gold. But no, it's very, very surreal. I never in my wildest dreams thought that a track that I essentially made in my bedroom could ever do something like that.
Yeah.
And a huge thank you to everyone who's listened to the track, everyone who's bought the track, and of course you guys, the DJs, for playing it. So it's massive. Thank you.
Welcome, man. It is such an awesome track. Are you going to be coming to Australia to play our clubs one day?
Hopefully soon. I've got plans for Australia tours and things like that, which might well come to fruition. So hopefully soon.
Yeah, nice one, man. And what's next for you, like with your music? What are you going to give us next? Taking away "Pump It Up" for a sec.
Well, that's interesting, because when you have a big hit, it's tempting to try and do some more, very, very big music, but that's not always easy and possible to do. I think now I'm going to go back to my roots and do some real raw underground house music and showcase what I'm about as like a DJ and a producer. So.
Good, that, man. That's so awesome. Now, before we let you go, we like to play a little game with our guests. The random 5 fun questions. Do you want to play?
Oh, I can't wait today. Let's do this.
This is on the spot. Here we go. Question number 1. What can't you live without?
What can't I live without? My chickens. I have 2 pet chickens and I love them to bits. No wicked.
Chickens? Real? Okay.
You can keep backyard chickens in the UK, and they're just they're good as gold. They're so animated, and they love me, and I love them. So.
Wow. The chicken story. What's the last thing that you did wrong?
Oh, the last thing I did wrong. Oh gosh, I don't know. I do things wrong all the time. I think it'd be struggle to list. Well, I sent the wrong pre-masters over to a record label that I was doing an official remix for, and I think they got an old song that they weren't meant to have, and that was only yesterday. So, but I do things wrong all the time. So the list is endless.
Oh wow. What's your go-to food before and after a gig?
It's veggie pizza. Yeah.
Is it really?
Me and my girlfriend love to tuck into a veggie pizza before the gig.
Yeah.
And then we come home, jump in bed, whack the TV on at the hotel, and just finish off this veggie pizza. Because we like pizza warm and we like pizza cold. So, you know, wait for it to cool while you're having your gig. So,
Yeah.
Veggie pizza.
All right, veggie pizza it is. Now, you're about to open a club. You're not allowed to DJ. Who would you get to DJ your opening night?
Well, this is a good question because there are a lot of talented DJs on my radar. I think I'd go with Khalifa Cyrus. Now, Khalifa Cyrus you may not have heard of because he's not sort of blown up yet. But Khalifa Cyrus is my brother, my real life brother, and he is DJing, and he's just got a really cool flavor about him. Like I listen to him play, and I'm like, Nate, you got some good style about you. So
Does he do the same style as
similar style for sure. Yeah, he's doing sort of rugged tech house stuff. So yeah, it's really cool. But I'm trying to learn off him now, which is funny because I originally taught him. So yeah, Khalifa Cyrus, mate, get to know the name.
We're not going to have a Pump It Up 2.0, are we?
Yeah, I'm sure in time he'll have his own big tracks because he's gunning for it.
Nice one, man. And the final question on your mobile, what's the last photo you took?
Oh, let's have a look. I'm gonna have to check.
Here we go. We're going to have a look
It
live.
might be a video, you know. Hang on a
Okay.
sec.
Family friendly.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
So it's a video of me doing skateboard tricks on my drive. Now, I'm not a good skater, but I was trying to do a trick called a 360 flip, and I spent all afternoon trying to do this trick and get it on film for my mates. But there you go. That's all I can give you.
Oh, that is so good, man. We are loving the track Pump It Up. He is killing it in the Random 30 right now. Thanks so much for joining us on the show, man.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been great.
Hey there, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can hit us up on our social media as well at Random 30 Countdown. See you next time.